Creating a tile in Photoshop. So this is a video on how to make a tile and a seamless repeat pattern, basically. This is how I do it, and this is how everyone in my studio does it. You might have a different way of doing it, but I found this is the best way for Photoshop to do it in 2019. Okay, so we've got a dot here on a blue background, and we're going to make this into an all over dot, and then we're going to turn it into a seamless tile. You're going to need Adobe InDesign as well for this, so this is going to use Photoshop and InDesign. But for now we're just going to stick with Photoshop, and then we'll move on to InDesign afterwards. Okay, so we have our dot here, so I'm just going to turn this into an all over dot pattern. So let's move this into the corner here, then we'll go Command J to copy the layer, and Command T or Control T if you're on the PC to free transform. So you want to make sure this triangle is on, so you've got 0, 0 here, and the canvas size is 20 by 20 centimeters or 200 by 200 millimeters. So let's copy that across, so it's 200 millimeters across, and then we're just going to do this as a full step. So this is going to be, it's just going to copy down. So if we copy those two layers, and then so Command J to copy them, Command T, and then we're on the Y axis, we're going to send them down 200 millimeters as well. So now we can see those are copied across. I'm going to hold down the, I think it's the Alt key on PC, or the Option key, to just copy this layer across a couple times. So you can see that's filling in there. And then if we move that one there, and then we copy that layer, so if it goes across this line here, if it touches this line in any way, it has to be copied across there. So whatever is on this line here has to copy across there, and whatever touches this line here has to be copied across there. So we've copied the layer, we're going to free transform 200 millimeters across. Oops, I didn't copy the layer after all. So we're going to copy that layer, and we're going to send one back. So minus 200 millimeters. So plus goes that way, minus goes that way. I think plus goes this way and minus goes that way. A little annoying, I know, but still, anyway. So I've got the auto select layer on, so you know, regardless of what dot I click on here, it selects the correct layer for me. And then what we're going to do is, let's say we're happy with that. You know, we're just going to keep it really basic. We're not going to worry too much about design and making it look pretty. We're just going to make sure it works as a seamless tile for now, for this video. We are going to save this. So our file is saved. And then we're going to open InDesign. So InDesign, we should click on Create New or File New. And we're going to, let's make it an A3 page, because then it'll be easier to see. We don't need to worry about margins or anything like that. We can just bring those down to 0, because we don't really need to do it, and we don't need any bleeds. So once this page has been opened, what we're going to do is we're going to place our image onto the canvas. So it's either Command or Control D, or you can go File, Place, and then wherever you've saved that, find that image and then open, and you just click on and then you just click it on. So we're going to bring this to the corner of the page, or you can actually, on the Align boxes appear, so there'll be a window. So this is the Properties panel, so if you haven't got that up, go Window, Properties, and you can actually snap it to, so you want to make sure Align to Page is on there, and it will actually move it up, so you can actually see it moves. and then you want to go Command Option U or Control Alt U if you're on PC. And then we know this was a 200 by 200, so we're going to send this vertically down 200. So if you click Preview, and bring the count up to 1, there we go. So you can see if we go count 1, 2, like that, and then click OK. And then if we select all 3 of these, and then Control Alt U or Command Option U, and then we go horizontally across 200, and we can continue to count that as many times as we want to fill the page. And then we can see then that this actually works as a seamless tile. So let's break this so we can see that it works. If we go Windows, Links, you can see this work. So this is all our links here. So 6 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, and there's our layers there. But we're going to worry about the links for now. Let's say we've made a mistake. So this one here wasn't copied properly, and we save that. Or we noticed we made a mistake and we've edited it. So we done this in Photoshop, so we'll go back into InDesign, and you can see these little yellow arrows here, little yellow exclamation marks turn up. That means that the link is broken, so what's in here isn't what's in here now. So we need to update these links. So you just click on the top one, and click on this little update all instances. And if you update, so you can see where I moved that, we've actually got a broken tile now, so that shouldn't be there. So you can actually see there's a mistake in your tile. So you need to go back into your file and figure out what that mistake is. So the mistake was I had moved it. So you can just save that and head back in here and update your link. And there you have it. That is all you have to do to make a seamless tile, and it can remain editable, and you don't have to flatten anything. Please don't flatten your tiles, because if you find out you made a mistake before you tile it up, then it's very difficult to go back. This way it stays really editable, really easy to change, and if your client decides, I want this dot and this dot to be different or different sizes, it's very difficult to go back. The one other thing I would show you is if we delete all these, and then in your InDesign we head back into Photoshop. So that was a full drop, so it goes just straight down. It's a straight vertical drop. What we're going to do is we're going to do a half step. So we're going to delete these bottom two, and we're going to select this one and that one, and we're going to copy. So Command J and then Command T. So it's just moving these two, well, the copies. And instead of going 200 down, we're going to go 100 across and then 200 down, making it a half step. So 100 across, 200 down. Then we'll move these back in so it fills in the gaps a little more. And then we're going to save this again. Maybe save this as a separate option for you. And then in your InDesign, so we're going to go Command or Control D, File, we're going to place the image, so place. So then we just snap that to the corners. And then that can go across 200. So with your Command Option U or Control Alt U, so step and repeat. And you can see the preview there. But when we want it to go down, instead of going down just 200, so you can see that doesn't work, we need to go across 100. So there you've got, so basically like bricks. We all see brick houses being built like this. and then you go down across 100, and then horizontal 200, and then you have a half step. So you can do anything, you can do any kind of step really. You could do a quarter step, so it'll be 50, or a third, or whatever, you know, whatever kind of step you want to do. But mainly I just stick to full steps or half steps, sometimes a third step, but you know, it just depends on how you want the pattern to be seen going down as well as across. So it's always worth keeping an eye out for that. So there you have a quick introduction into a full drop down and a half. So a full step and a half step. Any questions, and put them in the comments below. But I hope this was helpful to you, and yeah, give it a go, see what you think.